Nowadays, the Las Vegas, very famous convention in CES. Why is too famous convention? Because it's each airline convention, Las Vegas convention have some schedule for very specified convention. So the CES is the first time for every year convention. That's why very famous. Also the CES is delayed. Game, AI, computer, everything delayed there. So I think this is for and around 13. 13 is this week, not 13. But the day after tomorrow we finish the CES. So also CES is delayed with information. So information is a record, and how do we deliver it to idea or information and every data? So information science is also starting from in this area. So this textbook is also the pictures for Asians, but I don't want to show only things. How do we approach the information science? First, the history of libraries, archives. Archives means it's an official document in the government, and information services. Also, history of information policies and infrastructures. Also, history of publishing, book, and readings. Also the history of information technology, not just the digital ones. This is for information technology means yesterday, for the old generation using the typerism or something like that. Also history of information disciplines and the professions, the origins of the information society, a study of the cultural and the social context of information communication and use. This is a historical studies related for information science. So these things is information science historical accounts as fallen into the number of categories including these things. So the last of these has developed the new discipline of information history. So I'll show you the information history pictures. Some starting this Earth's information ages, and I don't want to say this one only prehistory and the ancient world. Ancient world, the last of the information starting from. For example, this one. This is the Egyptian hieroglyphical script. This is for record. But nowadays, many of the histories, professors and researchers understanding and interpretation these messages. So the most important science, information science part, starting the discipline area from this time, Egyptian. So proto-writing on the bone text from the something. This is from the Egypt or something. And I'll show you other pictures this way. Cuneiforms, tablets, also some message to others. This thing is the origin of the information science, something like that. And this one is the history part. It's not important. Just I show to the how we develop the information science. This is a library of from something of British Museum. They have some correct some information delivery. But the point is that the information delivery method is paper. As you know, the paper is created in China. So if they created the paper and then lots of information they put in the papers and then deliver it to the data, idea or data and history and which accuracy or accident or something. Everything right there, and then it's keep going the data and what they know, what they occurs, everything we know that. So also this is China style or style, and then we can read the calendar and how they appeared at this period, and they know the some atmosphere something. This is China information styling. So China star chart earlier known manuscript something. Very interesting. That's it, because this is a history. Also the page of the Ecclesiastes and histories to publish some document from some wood. Some cases imported from China to Europe, and then they write there for their content. This is also Gospel of the Saint John, some Bible thing. So I'll show you the history, something this one. There's some modern Oxfordshire or something. I don't know. Anyway, this style is for information science starting or by paper. Common sense. The age of print. Finally, the paper created in China, and then 19th century or 18th century delivery for Europe, and then they're using their papers for recording. So this one is also pictures by the Buddhists. See? Okay, so the mass communication is printing method. It's also the creative in the China. So they many same copies for information, and then this is impacted for mass communication. So the 19th century is, we say, the age of mass communication, because there are many copies. We can make the many copies and then deliver it for all of the world. There is this, we say, the age of mass communication. That thing. And okay, this is machine, printing press. At the time, we don't say the machine, only press. So press means is some give the power there. But nowadays, from this word, some reporters is press. We say the pressing, NBC pressing, something like that. But this one is for steam engineer, steam powered printing or pressing. So this is based on the mass communication style. Very important tools is pressing, and later this one is for categorize the library, university. So how to be sorting their information. And then they developed the library. So, as you know, the library is also a little bit higher level, something like nursing style. So, library and also need to at least master degree, because it's a library is also starting the information science, information, how to we sorting and find. When I was bachelor degree students, I need this one. I using this style, and I can use this one by our school library. And then I thought that choose the card, and they shows the location, and I got I give to the card, and then some library give to the original copies for me. At the time, we don't have any copies, so just any writing for documenting. So nowadays, very easy for copy machine. And documentation age. The 20th century showed the introduction to new form, analog documenting, photography, cinema photography, sound recording, microphones, audio, video tape. This is documentation aging. So related was this one. And okay. So the overview of the history information is very briefly. I reviewed that, and then because it's necessary in brief, and some simplicity, economy, social, technical, and academic developments have gone alongside the growth of knowledge and technologies and systems, which have tried to control the resulting increasing information, records, and documents. Anyway, the age is broad, and there are many technologies and increasing the information and record and document. How can we control these tremendous information, record, and document? So these developments has never been as orderly as they have seen, as its influences, and these influences by the others. Because if we saw this some information, record or document, it is exactly influenced to others, and then the other people's is impacted or is influenced by documents and new information. New information is knowledge. So that's why now this year my concern is to relay knowledge. So there are accumulated information or data is how to we make the value of things we say is knowledge. So I read some books and I saw some documents and I discuss with my friends and all of those things for knowledge through the information, the data, or discourse and photo, tremendous data histories for my knowledge. So nowadays, new trend, information science part, how to we management knowledge. So the title is knowledge management. This is a very unique and the newest area, knowledge management. Knowledge management is very key word for my this year planning. So these things is related to information science. That's why I introduced it. Okay. Anyway, these developments have never been as orderly as they have seen. Each influences and is influenced. Okay. If I record something document and then this is for influence to others, or also I am influenced by document. that means that I equals to them or also I equals from others. So nevertheless, we can learn lessons from the information past. Information past means is history. We say the history. His story is history. What's the meaning is? This is God. So it's a different meaning. Anyway, his story. The story is with God, some record or something. This is different story. Anyway, in the discipline part, his story is history is data. Record. So many kind of record become a data. Data, we say this is history. How do we make the information from here? And then how can we make the knowledge from information? These things is some for knowledge maybe, okay? Okay, so many famous researchers there regarding information science. Anyway, their basic rule is that history, data, record, information, and knowledge. Nowadays, with knowledge management is specified area. That's it. This is for history of information part. And next chapter is philosophies of information. Philosophy of information. Today, philosophy faces the challenge of providing a foundation or treatment of the phenomena and the ideas underlying the information evolution. So we are very important revolution related information science. So in the mainstream, we can find some philosophy related information. That's why some authors separate part philosophy of information part. So some professors, researcher, I don't know, Luciano Floridis say the information revolution, in order to foster our understanding and guide both the responsible construction of our society and the sustainable management of our natural and synthetic environments, in so we need to develop a philosophy information. So there are some phenomena for the information revolutions. So these things can guide for responsible construction of our society and also our natural and synthetic environments. So shortly, we need to develop the philosophy of information. Means is philosophy. So basically, philosophies is developed from Asian style, Oriental style. But the ethic is very focused in the Western style. So I know this. I studied in the Asian Oriental style, but after my degree, and then I came from the Asian Oriental and then Western style study for 20 to 30 years, and then I a little bit changed for approach method. So philosophy and ethics. So a little bit different approach then, philosophy and ethics. This style from the Oriental study, Asian. This ethics from the Western style. So basically, how do we approach the phenomenon? So philosophy is something developed the old China philosophy style. But ethics is Western style. That's why in the United States, every subject need to ethic of philosophy, ethic of economy, economic ethic, business ethic, jurist ethics. All of our majors, often the subject is ethics, even though the medical or art, but in the Asians, philosophy of business, philosophy of economics, something like that. So a little bit different approach for Western style and the Oriental style. It's basic, it's different. So, but the information style is starting from the Asian, Oriental, China. So that's why my personal idea is these authors wants to review the philosophy of information. The other authors areas as philosophy of information is congruent with the library traditions from Brice and Danton's discussion in the 1930s, for the Egan, something. But anyway, the philosophy of information is very need area for information science. Okay. So this chapter related information science core topic is, for example, the nature of knowledge and what can we know, how meaning and truth are ascertained, and how things can distinguish, name, categorize, and classify. Been the concern of philosophy for many centuries. Okay, the philosophy of information areas key concept is that the knowledge. So, how can we know it? How can we know it? Also, the how meaning. So what is the meaning and the truth? And how things can be distinguished, named, or categorized, and classified. This is how can we sorting them with knowledge. And then we have some information and then sorting. And this part become knowledge. This is the philosophy of information. Okay? So they approach this type. So many centuries, they are concerned of the philosophy of information. Information science has no agree the philosophy of its own method. Then wide variety of philosophies and philosophers have been pressed into service and analyze its concept. So nowadays we don't mention any more for philosophy, but related to knowledge. So as I said, the data, information, and knowledge. And how do we make the knowledge manageable? This is very useful for our lives and develop the country. So knowledge management is a new area for information. So as you know, I said it's a CES also. There are tremendous idea information in there. how can we dissorting and distinguish and name, categorize, classify? It's very difficult. So these things developed from library, because the library is distinguish class, classify, distinguish, because there are so many knowledges, information there. So how can we classify them? Because I can find easy to approach them, easy to contact them. That's why library is also developed same information science. Because I think it's sorting. Sorting means it's easy to concept that thing. So this thing is philosophy of information concept. Okay. That also philosophy and its relevance to information science. As I said, that is the same thing. So what it is to be, also what is it to know. So it's epistemology, it's a very difficult word, is ontology, metaphysics, something like that. This is for related for information science with philosophy. So I want us to review this part. So this textbook introduced each researchers. So Karl Popper's, how do they, the philosophers, say to information is he expressed the justified and true belief is knowledge. Some example. So Karl Popper's say the justified. Also, or the true belief. True belief. This is for philosophy of information. Justify that, true belief, only this one is true information. The Karl Popper existed. Also, Luciano Floridi, Luciano Floridi in the 1990s, he consents the philosophy of our time, for our time or something is to, the other side is rooted, which is origin, which is root. He past the information society, governance, information governance, good news is over AI, algorithm decision making, digital well-being, and privacy or something. These things relate that. So some says AI is the fourth revolution, but it's not conquered there. Anyway, there's some authors says there's a fourth revolution. Fourth revolution is AI. Also, the another researchers or what they say, philosopher of knowledge. Philosopher of knowledge also is very concentrated area in the philosophy information. So they say that many years they subjected the philosophical knowledge, and the philosophy of knowledge is problematic of information science because it requires someone to be actively believing something, that they are believing the true and they are believed to justify. Anyway, now it's a fake and fiction and true. last 6 to 7 years ago, the Donald Trump became a president, and then he was big ceremony in the Washington D.C. But most people did not want to participate the ceremony in Washington D.C. big wide street. And some reporters compare the pictures in the Obama and Donald Trump. But the Obama Obama ceremony pictures, is lots of people there. But the Trump ceremony pictures is very scarce people there. And then the reporters asked to him, "What is your idea? What do you think?" And then Donald Trump says, very interesting story. It is true or not, or justified, true fact, something related. Alternative fact is not shows in the dictionary. Alternative facts, fact is also. So, and then Donald Trump a little bit manipulated the pictures, and then lots of people in there shows that picture. And the reporters is justify that, or true fact, true story or something like that, because this is information. But Donald Trump make a new word, alternative facts. So Obama take ceremonies lots of days, Washington D.C. here, but Trump is very scarce and duplicate the pictures. It is fake pictures and manipulate pictures. So reporters asked several times to Trump, and Trump said, "Oh, this is alternative facts." What's the meaning, alternative? Alternative means choice. So if I choose or select these pictures, this is fact. That's it, he said. So very funny story. So lots of people who become the president in the November the president running there. So Donald Trump makes the alternative fact, means if I choose it, then this is fact. But the report says no, true. That report, if the pictures will be justified or true fact, and then this is information. But you choose that it's not approved or justified, that it's not true. It's not information. There are some arguments. This is information. Now, very interesting story there. Anyway, Donald Trump is very unique people. President. I don't understand it. Anyway, there are also other Michael Polney knowledge and more personal knowledge, more tactic knowledge, and the personal knowledge. There are many approaches there. Yeah. So, tactic and personal. Tactic knowledge and personal knowledge. What's the meaning there? Tactic knowledge means if some situation for persuade to other people or persuade myself. Tactic, accumulated tactic becomes strategy. So tactic is a tiny, small part plan, something like that. The definition is there. And tactic is accumulate that, and then this is strategy. So in the business decision part, many tactics in here, tactic, and more higher levels give to the strategy, and the middle level managers make the tactics, and this is pretty important. So the top is the chief of each executive officers make the strategy, and then middle level managers make the tactics. So the followers, workers doing that this time. So also knowledge, technical knowledge and personal knowledge is for different methods approach the knowledge. For example, this type of same thing. Technical knowledge means the Obama ceremony pictures very crowded people in here because the evidence is picture. But Trump's pictures very scarcely people in here. But he is duplicate that and then very similar many people shows in the pictures. This is for a little bit technical knowledge or personal knowledge. And then he insists for this is fact. What kind of fact? Or alternative fact. Because I choose it. I decide. My tactic or knowledge, my tactic or my personal, something like that. This is very important, very, how can I say, is an honest. This is honest. My idea. So honest means it's always cold and I didn't invite many people or something like that. It's okay. But he wants to compare the Obama ceremony pictures, and then I'm more important person, or I'm more strong, better than Obama's time. But it's not like that. So all thing is delayed knowledge. At this time, it is personal knowledge or technical knowledge. But all things agree the fact is okay. But alternative fact means it's only Donald Trump choosing. So it's not fact thing. Interesting. So nowadays Donald Trump is also, today news also shows that he is very strong and he is hitting the court for some suit. And how do they decide the Republican candidates for presidents? But it's very difficult thing, I think. My personal idea, if I know something, and then this is for actual or for help my idea or very useful, who decide? So in the professional society, professor society, we say can. So the professors gives the idea or the knowledge or information to the students, correct? Depends on through the research and the reading books and the textbooks or internship, everything. We have many kinds of methodology to teaching it. But some joke, some professors no research there, only knows it. Only title, something like that. So in this case, we say there's a nickname is he's can, and then he is based on knowledge. He cannot say to based on the knowledge and fact. At this time, we say this can. Also, sunflower. You know, the sunflower shows only sun. So he cannot show to other side, only show that. Very narrow idea. So can and sunflower. bad reputation. But we say this can and some probably is bad idea for bad reputation for other professors. Okay. And anyway, the summary, this textbook says there in the intersection of philosophy and the science of information, there are many kind of discussion and increasing interest. So this is for more disciplinary. So nowadays, as you know, the AI is for very speedy developed that, and then sometimes I saw in the YouTube and this is real or made by AI. I cannot distinguish that. So at this time, more important thing is ethic or philosophy thing. So this is for personal knowledge or technical knowledge, or all people agree the idea. Something like that is very important things. Let's say there's these authors also focused how the actions impact the philosophy and information science. These things. Okay, that's it today class. And if you have any question, let me know. Also, I know that the